welcome back to Astrovision, Spirituality, and Tarot. Subscribe. Check out the other videos on my channel. We are currently going through the astrological wheel pertaining to the signs of the zodiac, and we are currently in the second house. So, with that being said, we're going to jump into Pluto now. Pluto being in this house definitely can produce a lifestyle that is very mysterious. I might say you can be a mysterious person when it comes to your possessions and your money. The jobs you may have just in general may be a little bit of a mystery. The people that are in your life, they may not know what it is that you do to make your money. So it can be something taboo like sex work or dealing with paraphernalia, drugs, things like that, trafficking, things like that. Or it can just be something very dark, being an agent for a government. You really can't talk about that. Working at Area 51, having Pluto in the second house, you really can just have that mystery surrounding your finances. Also, you can deal with things being taken from you. Pluto is a sign of catastrophe, destruction, transformation. So inheritance does play a role here in this house. But then again, that give and receive energy of Pluto, it can be challenging to work with. It can be challenging in this house, I will say that. So the fluctuations of money and just your assets in general can be a pain in the ass with Pluto in this house. It's just something you're going to have to learn to work with unless it's well aspected. Because you have to remember, Pluto is the opposite sign of Taurus. So these are opposite energies. They already aren't mixing well. So you definitely have to learn to be a little bit more careful to your money. And with that, learn to let some things go that aren't serving you anymore, because both of these signs are very similar in that way where they can get very stagnant and very comfortable being overprotective over something that's no longer serving them. They're just very protective over it because they're comfortable within the situation. You are very driven to obtain that success, to obtain that fortune, whatever it is that you have your eyes set on. You are very driven to obtain it with the gifts of Pluto. You really can get there using those skills of investigation, transformation, working in hospitals, working near jobs where you can use those intuitive gifts of mediumship, those intuitive gifts in general, working around people that have been resuscitated or people that need to be resuscitated. You really can make a lot of money, even dead bodies, working in a morgue, working in a funeral home. Pluto can really shine there and bring a lot of light there because it doesn't have to be a negative thing with this placement. Now, these people can give Saturn or Capricorn a run for their money when it comes to who's willing to take it there and really build that net worth. Pluto's gonna do it by any means, rob, steal, cheat, kill, they're gonna do it that way. Whereas a Capricorn is gonna take the more respected approach. But a Plutonian second house individual could really challenge a Capricorn's assets, especially because they're just able to sell poison to their enemy. They're able to sell anything to anybody and just really manipulate them into thinking that it's one thing, but it's really not. Also, working with food, being able to transform raw food into something that's cooked, a cooked delicacy that you can eat. That's very plutonic. Operating from a dark place with this energy, I just wouldn't recommend it because karma is a thing. Pluto can produce some karma, and I feel like the karma that Pluto gives can be a little bit more of a kick-ass than Saturn. So when it comes to those impulses of wanting to act in a disciplinary way that is very toxic, you Plutonians that have this energy in the second house, don't do it. Don't key that car, don't mess up someone else's stuff just because they did you wrong or you felt as if you were wronged in the situation. Don't do it because it'll come back to bite you in the ass, you know? Don't go investigating into other people's financial situations if that isn't your job. You know, if that isn't your job, don't do that because with this energy, you don't like when people do that to you. Even though you can really secretively do it and get away with doing things like that, don't forget this Pluto energy can really be karmic and can really come back to bite you in your ass. Let's say you have a bad transit. Now you got the feds watching you. Now they're watching your finances. But you thought you were the big bad wolf when you were doing it to everyone else. You know what I'm saying? This is pimp energy. So you can be that type that's investigating into other people's money, wanting to see what they have. Like, you owe me that, run me that. Like, this is very pimp energy. So don't be going around here just being too big and too bold, Pluto, because you really can burn your bridges. Working with other people's money, that's why I brought up the whole pimp thing. Working with other people's money is where a Plutonian person can really shine because it just deals with transformation. So those buy hair, pay hair places, that's probably owned by someone that's very scorpionic, and those places are toxic as hell. Working with loans, anything like that, you can, you know, really get your ass kicked by those loans and be in debt. Or you can really boost your credit, and now you're getting these bigger loans, and now you're really out here shining and really out here living that prominent life. So just walk in the light, be on the lighter side of this Plutonian energy, and trust me, I know I have this energy. Walk on the light with this Plutonian energy. Do not bring other dark-sided Plutonic individuals around you who have negative intentions, especially regarding their self-worth, their value on things, and just the way they go about to obtain things. Because water can be reflective. You can fall into other people's bad habits just from being around them. You are what you consume. You are who you hang around. So you Plutonian individuals, yes, you're very independent. Yes, you're your own person. But these water, the energy of water, you can fall accustomed to other people's habits because you just have the tendency to put other people above you with being empathetic, okay? Even though Pluto's a little less empathetic of the moon or Neptune, still, it's water. So just watch out for that when it comes to those bonds with people, those toxic bonds, especially involving your finances and things like that, your money. When it comes to work and jobs, some of the dark jobs, again, you really can't be a drug dealer. You really can't be a pimp, an assassin, a thief, a widower, a gold digger, an escort, a cop. You really can work. So I'm not saying a cop is a bad job, you know. I would never do that or discredit a cop's work. But the other jobs that I had named previously before that one, yes, you can work in that field of work. A dirty cop, that is a thing. Being a dirty cop, working with criminals and working with convicts, dirty cops do that. So yes, that is a thing. So I take it back. Being a great manager, managing someone else's money and their asset portfolio. Even singing, transforming on stage, transforming into a star. Maybe you're this introvert, but you get on stage and you really transform and come alive, you know? And that could be for dancing, acting, public speaking, whatever you have it. So that's all I really had to say for Pluto being in the second house. I hope that you guys enjoyed my commentary and enjoyed this video. If you relate to anything that I said or didn't relate to anything that I said and want to contribute your own commentary in the comment section, definitely feel free to do so and leave a like as well. I very much so appreciate it, and I will see you guys in my next video.